No, you were about to have your suffering ended, and he was like, "Nah, make him suffer."
Not burn, burn, Jin. I want you to feel the pain.
Jin Keisha's immune to fire. No, he's not. No. He's definitely not.
I appreciate that he just fucking took it.
Yep.
He just stood there and like, yeah, I'm what? That's intimidation tactics right there. I wouldn't fuck with a man that just stood there and took the fire. You know what? If you're going to set me on fire, I'm just going to shoot arrows at you instead of having a fair fight.
Man, he's taking a lot of fire damage. You're in the thing.
Yeah, I am. Oh! I'm doing my best, mate. Not all of us are just fucking fireproof.
Oh god. You're a bit muddy there, mate.
No. Just roll around. Oh, god damn it. Stop making me fight dogs. Please.
I don't like it. Whoa.
Thanks for the assist. Like, the Mongols don't even care about the own dogs.
No.
Oh god. Okay, no, let's get rid of this guy. Oh no, let's not. There we go. Here we go. It's time, Jonah. Feed him to the dogs.
I don't think they're going to. No.
No, they're not.
They're well trained.
Like, that would have redeemed the dogs a bit for me. It was like, oh yeah, well, you can just, like, make them eat their owners.
No, they're well trained. Put some effort in these Mongols.
Here we go. And we haven't even spoken about, like, the exciting times that are Jonah.
Yes.
Because things all going well. This should be the last time we play this on the PS4.
All being well.
All being well, and from the shit show I've seen last week in America, that is a very hopeful statement.
Was it bad?
Yeah,
this.
like, well, the bad side that I've seen are people getting it days late, like,
oh dear.
people, I think it was like Walmart or Target or something were like, oh yeah, just by the way, we're delaying your delivery to this year.
Oh no.
Yeah, but like, you know, we are getting it directly from PlayStation as, like, you know, you work for them, so you're getting it through them. So I don't think it's a case of like a supplier.
Yeah.
Like, if PlayStation themselves aren't supplying them properly, we've got an issue. But yeah, like, I don't know how well it's going to go, but I did see that some people with either the PlayStation or the Xbox in America just got emails like, we can confirm you will receive your console that you pre-ordered before December 31st. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'd be livid.
All that makes me think of is Jingle All the Way, when he does the competition where you have to name Santa's reindeers, and he's like, where's the Turbo Man? Where's the Turbo Man? He's like, we said that you would get one, but we didn't say that it would be yet.
didn't tell you it would be by Christmas, did we, you fucking moron? Because, like, Karl and I actually were talking about Jingle All the Way. Because we were talking about, like, people that are going into, like, shops and being mad they can't buy a PlayStation 5 for Christmas now.
Yeah.
And, like, they're going on launch day for, like, the most hotly anticipated thing of the year, like, the brand new gaming consoles, and they're just walking into a shop and being like, what do you mean I can't buy it right now? What do you mean it's sold out? It's like, it just gives off that Arnold Schwarzenegger vibe of, like, going in on, like, Christmas Eve and going, like, do you have any Turbo Man left? They just burst out laughing into tears, like, this guy wants a Turbo Man! And, it's like, just reminds me of the days of like the Wii, and people just getting pissed off that they can't get Wii's for months and months. And fun fact, like, I don't know if I've spoken about this on the channel before, but when I was like younger and the Wii was coming out, oh, this is cool. Like, just fuck up.
We get to use it.
Yeah, use their own weapon against them. This is cool. But it was like, oh yeah, so we pre-ordered, my family pre-ordered a Wii for me for Christmas. And, you know, they managed to actually get a pre-order off, so fair play to them. And then on the day, because there were so many people at the store, HMV said, fuck it, we're not keeping any pre-orders. And just sold all the consoles there and then. So the people who waited in line one day, like, just hoping they'd get a Wii, managed to get my console that my parents had pre-ordered for me. And my parents went to get the console and they were like, we've already sold your console. But what do you mean you've already sold your console? Like, we've pre-ordered it and put a deposit down on it. Oh, don't worry, we'll give you the deposit back. That's not the fucking prop. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, there's a reason I pre-ordered it. It's because I knew it'd be hard to get, and then you just fucked me up anyway.
Yeah, it's not on really, is it?
No, it's really not.
I'd be so mad. So mad.
And that was the year where I'm basically just reliving it now. I got no Wii for the Christmas, because, you know, the fuck up the pre-order, and by the time they, on release day, realised, oh, you fucked our pre-order, there was no way of them then going and getting...
Yeah. Oh.
For fuck's sake. I missed that one tiny little boat.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know, they were kind of screwed. As we mentioned, you can't just expect to get one on the day. Not when it's that popular. So they decided to tell me this in advance and, like, warn me. We know you wanted one, we tried, like, you're not getting a Wii for Christmas. And I was like, fair enough. And then, you know, they'd already tried that in the past on me and been like, oh, we didn't manage to get you a PS2, but they did get me a PS2. So me in my head, I was like, fair enough, I completely understand. But a little niggle in the back of my head was like, maybe they're pulling the same trick again to get me excited for Christmas. So, you know, I don't automatically know what I'm getting for Christmas.
Yeah.
And yeah, then on Christmas Day, I opened up Twilight Princess for the Wii, and I lost my shit because I'd saved one big box till the very end. The second to last box I opened was the one that looked like a game, and it was a Wii game. And I was like, oh, so they were playing another trick on me. They did get me a Wii. No, they didn't. It was like a remote control car. It was admittedly like a cool remote control car that I really appreciated. But it was just that thing of like, why would you bother giving me the game still? It's like, would you not just hide the game until like, we managed to get a Wii? And I, like, then was that kid or teenager or young teenager, I can't figure out the age. I would have been about 13, 14. And, like, I was that kid ringing up the games stores everywhere, going, when are you going to get a next stockman of, like, the Wiis? And it's like every day, like, have you got a Wii yet? Have you got a Wii yet? It's like 10 different stores, and like 2 weeks later, I managed to like find out one shop was getting 3 Wiis in, and we waited there at 7 o'clock in the morning for 2 hours before it opened, and we went and got the games and like stuff. But yeah, I'm bringing it all back. PlayStation basically decided to do this with the accessories.
Yeah.
So we currently have a DualSense.
Yep.
Sitting in the house with nothing to do with it.
No, I feel quite sad for it, to be honest.
Like, we've just both picked it up and gone,
oh, yay.
I guess this feels fine. I guess this looks pretty cool. I guess we'll sit here for a week and just look at it.
Yay.
And man, I'm surprised. Like, I can't still fucking tell you every word on the back of the box for Twilight Princess. I'm surprised I can't recite that by memory. For how long I just stared at that every fucking day. So I didn't want to go buy the GameCube version because my parents had already bought me the Wii game. And I knew, me being a persistent little shitty kid, annoying every store in the local area, I'd get one pretty soon.
Yeah.
But goddamn, like, that was that was just that was a nightmare for so many people for so long trying to get a Wii.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's been the same on and off with the Switch, but not like it was quite easy to, if you knew you wanted a Switch in January when it launched in March, to just pre-order it. Like the pre-orders weren't crazy like the PS5 and Series X, like they're just sold out instantly and stuff. And it was all right. It was a pretty easy experience to pre-order one straight away, but on and off for the past like 3.5 years, it's just been like, like for example this year with the pandemic and everything, Animal Crossing's come out.
Yeah.
Everyone wants the Switch. The Switch just went through another 6 months of like no one can fucking buy a Switch at all. And it's just been this roller coaster with the Switch of like, these 6 months easy to buy a Switch. Oh, it's impossible to get again. Oh, this game came out, you can't get a Switch again. And it's like, oh man. And it's like, if you think getting a PS5's been bad, like trying to find just a Wii, that must have been the worst, because that was a good solid year.
Yeah.
Of just like, I think there were problems, like I had, you know, family, friends and stuff. The year after it came out, they struggled to find it for Christmas.
God.
Christ. Oh man. So yeah, that was a mission. I didn't really So we've appeased our uncle, and to be honest, I don't like my uncle. I don't give a shit about what he's saying.
No.
And I'm just like, yeah, okay, I guess he's just gonna be the guy we retake the next castle with.
Yeah.
But he's just a bit of an asshole. Just like, okay, dude. So these silver ones must be like, here's all of the people that we can recruit.
Yeah.
So as it says, it's like, not only have we got to keep, like, you know, our allegiances with like Yuna and Lady Misako, who else have we got? Ishikawa, like the archer. Yuna's over here, but then we've got like the sake seller here. So I presume like he's another guy that we're recruiting.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, that's another one of those. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Oh yeah, okay. So even like Masako's got 2 different locations, and Yuriko. I don't think we met Yuriko. Oh no, Yuriko may have recalled the ingredients for a new poison I asked her about.
Oh, wasn't that the
that was the woman
where you got your armor?
Where we got the armor, yeah. Yeah, it's Omi Village. So that's where we went up to. Oh, so that gives us a hallucination dart.
Ooh.
So it might actually be worth going up there and checking that out, because rather than one that just outright kills them, I presume that will be one that's like, oh, they hallucinate and start attacking their friends. Like
that would be helpful.
That would, yeah, take a bit of the aggro off us. That would be kind of nice. So let's try that one, I suppose. And Jenna, have you got like a favorite outfit so far for us?
Ooh.
We haven't actually got as many as I thought we would, but obviously, again, like we have kind of just been mainlining for the most part the story. But I don't know like what your favorite one is so far.
I'm liking your traveller's attire, to be honest.
I did try, like, if people haven't noticed, I fully went for the vibes of like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, like the just white ranger ninja outfit. That was the kind of vibes I went for there. I did my best.
I'm liking it.
So let's just give us the guiding wind, because yeah, that's why I'm giving myself the guiding wind, because as soon as I don't have it, I just started running the wrong way. There we go. So I'm excited next time, to like bring this all the way back around, because I got distracted in our conversation. I'm excited to play this on the PS5 with whatever minor enhancements that will give us. Because we are playing on the base PS4, like the PS4 Slim. Even though it's not technically called the Slim, it was just a new model.
Yeah.
A smaller model they put out. But yeah, we're not playing on the Pro, so we don't even have like the extra enhancements the Pro version gets.
No.
And I believe what I've been told is like the backwards compatibility on PS5, like, you know, for example, God of War running in performance mode is running even better and nicer looking on a PS5. And it's had some haptic feedback put in for like the throwing of the Leviathan axe and stuff like that. So I am excited to see what we can do with that. And just see what the game looks like, because the game already looks great.
Oh, yeah. And also, just hopefully it won't sound like it's taking off.
Yeah, that would be nice. I love the fact that people are like, yeah, but the new consoles are really quiet. Like, so was the PS4 when it first came out. And it wasn't 4 years old running games that are pushing the hardware much more.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, I get it. Like, you know, I can't remember. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2 isn't making the Xbox sound like it's massively loud. And it's like, yeah, because it's an Xbox One game. And your console's new and not full of dust and old and overused and shit like that. It's like, come on. I get that, obviously, no, you know, harsh remarks towards the people who are covering it, because that's just part of their job at the end of the day. Is when you've got a review console, you want to talk about every aspect of it. People want to know whether it's loud or quiet, but the people who are thinking they've solved the problem, it's like technology doesn't tend to age well.
Only time will tell.
Exactly. And like, no, for anyone wondering, the Xbox doesn't like blow smoke out of it. If anyone hasn't caught up with the fake side of that news, that was an X level play of, oh well, we're gonna blow vape smoke into our Xbox to make it look like it's steaming. Oh, okay, well, thanks PlayStation.
Cool.
Yeah, sure. Like, you gave us this game, but yeah, sure.
Sure. No problem.
Like, literally, PlayStation gave us this game, and they're like, we're not sure you own this. It's like, okay, thanks. Oh, there's just a haiku here. Like, we just wandered past the haiku little spot.
Is it one you've made already?
No.
Oh.
You know what? Can we ignore her?
Like,
I don't think we can, because the way the Ghost of Tsushima seems to work with, like, return to mission. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Return to your ally.
It's like, oh, God damn it.
But I want to do poetry.
And, Jenna, I haven't told you this yet, have I?
What?
So, the video game awards, the ones that, like, you know, people care about because there's lots of trailers in them, not because of the awards. But yeah, sure. The Game of the Award nominees, Game of the Year award nominees got announced today, and one of the 6 was Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Yeah.
And another one was in fact Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What else isn't there?
So the shortlist was Animal Crossing: New Horizons, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and The Last of Us Part 2, of course. I was like, what's the last one?
That's what I was waiting for. I was sitting there going,
That only the one that's been nominated for every fucking award. It's like, oh, well, look at the nominee list for all the other awards. Last of Us 2, Last of Us 2, Last of Us... Just every award in Last of Us 2.
Probably deserves it, let's be honest.
I don't know if it does deserve Game of the Year.
Oh.
Like, because the thing is, I had an experience playing that game. And I enjoyed playing it at the time. Well, I enjoyed the gameplay. And it gave me a lot of, like, you know, feelings. I'm not sure it was fun. I can't describe that game as fun because I'm not sure that was.
No.
But it was a very good game. It was like a technical showcase. It was very well done, and I enjoyed the story.
Engaging.
The story gave me feelings.
Yeah.
And I liked it critically, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, now that it's, 6 months later, I don't think about that game very much.
Oh, I do.
Like, it hasn't left much of a impact on me, I suppose. And that's obviously not speaking for you.
No, yeah.
But yeah, personally, I don't feel like... It's not like Zelda, where I was... Oh, God of War, like, my brain kept going back to it. And I kept thinking about God of War, and like, I kept thinking about Breath of the Wild. Whereas Last of Us, I thought about for a couple of weeks. And talked about for a couple of weeks, and then I just kind of... It hasn't been in my head since until today.
No, I think I've thought about it a few times.
And like, again, like, phenomenal performances, phenomenal game. I think it is one of the best games of the year, but I don't know, it hasn't had that feel when I look back near, like, 5 months later or whatever it was. I think it was June it came out, wasn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, it's weird, because, like, at the time, I very much thought, like, oh, this game's going to have an impact on me, and it definitely hasn't had the same impact that the first game did, for sure. So yeah, it's a weird feeling for me. Of, like, looking back at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that game didn't impact me as much as I thought it would.
I felt the first one ended on such a controversial, big, heavy choice.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it stuck with so many people.
But I think it ended on a resonating choice.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I thought it did. Last of Us Part 2 did, but...
What I liked about the ending of Last of Us Part 2 is it really left me with the message of no matter what you do, it always has consequences.
Yeah, yeah. And it's really weird. I'm trying to explain myself of, like, I really like Last of Us 2 and think it was great, and I'm trying to not shit on it while also saying it wasn't, as impactful as I thought it would be.
Yeah. That's fair enough, isn't it? Like.
And it's just weird, because if you'd asked me...
At the time. I remember us having this conversation at the time.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, I've played an inordinate amount of Animal Crossing this year. And you asked me the question, what would be, out of the two, what would be my game of the year? And I remember you saying at the time that The Last of Us Part 2 will be a game of the year so far.
Yeah, and I think it's important to caveat that with I had not played 2 of the 6 nominees at that point. I still haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I hadn't played Doom Eternal at the time. But I had played all like Animal Crossing. Hadn't played Hades because that wasn't out on the Switch yet. That's where I played Hades. And yeah, so like Doom Eternal, I definitely wouldn't say is my game of the year, but it's a freaking great game. But to me, they're just like a run and gun, enjoyable. Like fuck it, this is just catharsis and adrenaline. But I don't think about it much other than that. And yeah, like it's weird to think that at the time I was like, yeah, Last of Us 2 probably will be my game of the year, and now I'm just like, it's probably Hades. At this point, it's probably Hades, like. And obviously, game of the year with the like VGAs is a different discussion because at the end of the day, it's a marketing machine, so they have it like early December so that people can see a lot of trailers, get excited about games, buy a lot of stuff. For Christmas and things like that. They don't take every game into account. The cut-off is like November. So we will have games like, you know, there's like Hyrule Warriors, Breath of Calamity, or whatever it's called, Age of Calamity. Not Breath of the Wild, Age of Calamity. And it's like, and then Miles Morales will be out, and Demon Souls, and Cyberpunk. All of those games have not being able to be considered for that list.
Yeah.
So I know for a lot of people, Cyberpunk is right now the obvious potential choice for people's game of the year. Like,
Yeah.
everyone will not shut the fuck up about that game. But as far as like the list that can be considered up to this point, yeah, Hades probably for me.